The discovery. In a galaxy far away, where stars twinkled like diamonds in the night sky, there existed a grand council known as the Galactic Council. This council watched over many planets and their species. At the heart of this council was the Galactic Database, a vast repository of information about all life forms. The council believed that knowledge was power, and the database held the key to understanding the universe. Zara was a brilliant scientist who dedicated her life to studying different species. She worked tirelessly at the Galactic Database, hoping to uncover secrets that would help her people, the Veltarians, grow stronger. Zara was known for her curiosity and determination, traits that set her apart from her peers. While most Veltarians preferred to study their own race and its strengths, Zara's interest lay beyond her world. One bright morning, while analyzing data, Zara noticed something peculiar. A tiny blue dot appeared on her screen. It was Earth, a planet she had heard of, but never paid much attention to. It was known as the home of a primitive species called humans. She clicked on the dot, and suddenly, images of Earth flooded her screen. Zara was fascinated by the colors, the landscapes, and the diverse creatures that lived there. As she explored further, Zara began to read about the history of humans. They had faced countless challenges, wars, disasters, and diseases. Yet, time and again, they managed to survive. The more she learned, the more she realized that humans were not as weak as many believed. In fact, they displayed an incredible resilience that was hard to ignore. Zara called her friend Drax, a seasoned warrior from the Zorthan race. Drax was strong and respected among the council members, but he was also known for his skepticism. Zara hoped he would see what she had discovered. "Drax, come quick. You need to see this," she shouted, her voice filled with excitement. Drax arrived, his heavy footsteps echoing in the hall. "What is it, Zara?" "I have important council matters to attend to," he replied, crossing his arms, his interest only half-piqued. "Look at this planet," Zara said, pointing to the screen. "Earth. The humans have been through so much, yet they keep fighting back. They are resilient." Drax raised an eyebrow. "Resilient? They barely have any technology compared to us. How can we take them seriously?" Zara bit her lip, determined to convince him. "You have to understand, Drax. Their strength lies not in their technology, but in their spirit. They have an incredible ability to adapt and innovate." Drax leaned closer, his curiosity growing. "Show me what you mean." Zara navigated through historical events, revealing stories of human bravery. She highlighted their struggles against nature, their wars, and how they came together in times of need. "Look at how they banded together during natural disasters, like earthquakes and hurricanes. They help each other rebuild and find hope." As Drax listened, a small seed of interest began to grow in his mind. He had always viewed humans as weak, but Zara's passion made him wonder if he had been too quick to judge. "They may have their flaws, but they also have something we can learn from," Zara continued. "We can't underestimate their ability to fight against all odds." Drax nodded slowly. "You make a strong case. But what does the council think? They will not easily change their views." Zara's expression turned serious. "That's why I need your help. We must present this information to the council. They need to see that humans are more than just an insignificant race." Drax sighed, contemplating her request. "Fine, I'll help you gather more data. But if the council refuses to listen, it will be on your shoulders." With newfound determination, Zara and Drax began working together to compile a comprehensive report on humanity. They studied everything from human innovations to their incredible stories of survival. As they dove deeper into their research, Zara couldn't shake the feeling that they were onto something important. Days turned into weeks, and the report grew larger. The two worked long hours, fueled by their passion for discovery. Zara began to dream of what it would be like if the Galactic Council recognized the potential of humans. Perhaps one day, humans would play a vital role in the galaxy. Finally, the day arrived when they would present their findings. Zara felt a mix of excitement and fear as they entered the council chamber. Alien delegates from different species filled the room, discussing various matters of the galaxy. When it was their turn to speak, Zara took a deep breath. "Honorable council members," Zara began, her voice steady but nervous. "Today we present to you a report on Earth and its inhabitants, humans. What we have found may change your perception of this planet and its people." Drax stood beside her, his presence offering strength. Zara looked around the room at the skeptical faces and felt a surge of confidence. She shared stories of human resilience, creativity, and their relentless spirit. The council listened, some intrigued, others still doubtful. As Zara spoke, she realized this was just the beginning. The galactic database held vast knowledge, but the true test would come from how the galaxy perceived humanity. Zara believed that humans could be more than just another species. They could become allies, friends, and powerful beings in their own right. Little did they know, the journey ahead would not be easy. The Council's decision would shape the future of Earth and its people. But for now, Zara felt a flicker of hope, believing that her discovery of humans would lead to greater things. "You said." The Council's decision. The council chamber was alive with murmurs and whispers. As Zara finished her presentation, she felt a wave of anticipation wash over her. The Galactic Council, made up of representatives from various alien species, sat in front of her. Some looked intrigued, while others wore expressions of skepticism. Chairman Gorath, a towering figure from the Draconi species, leaned forward, his reptilian eyes narrowing. "You claim that these humans have the potential to be significant in our galaxy, but their lack of advanced technology is concerning. Why should we invest our time in such a primitive race?" Zara took a deep breath, her heart racing. "Chairman Gorath, technology does not define strength. The history of humanity shows us that they can overcome challenges with ingenuity and teamwork. They might not have spaceships or advanced weapons, but they have a unique ability to unite and adapt." One of the council members, a sleek and elegant being from the Aelorian race, chimed in. "But what of their violent history? Their wars and conflicts? How can we trust them?" Zara nodded, understanding their concerns. "Yes, humans have a history of conflict, but they have also learned from their mistakes. They are capable of great compassion and kindness. Look at how they come together during crises, natural disasters, or conflicts. They show resilience that can inspire us all." Drax leaned closer to Zara, encouraging her with a nod. "Human history is full of examples of cooperation. The greatest achievements in their world often come from unity, something we, as a council, should consider." Another council member, a gruff, four-armed creature named Rax, grumbled. "You speak highly of these humans, but what guarantees do we have? We cannot trust every species we encounter. What if they bring chaos instead of unity?" Zara hesitated, searching for the right words. "We cannot judge a species solely based on past actions. We have to give them a chance to prove themselves. If we work together, we can help guide them towards a brighter future." The council members exchanged glances, deliberating amongst themselves. The tension in the room was palpable. Zara could feel the weight of their decision pressing down on her shoulders. She had poured her heart and soul into this presentation, hoping to show them the true potential of humanity. Finally, Chairman Gorath raised his clawed hand, signaling for silence. "We will take a vote," he declared. "This council must decide if we will consider Earth and its inhabitants for future partnerships. If we reject them, there may be no turning back." Zara's heart raced as the council members cast their votes. Each member held a glowing orb that represented their decision, green for approval and red for rejection. The atmosphere was tense as the results were counted. One by one, the orbs began to light up. Zara watched in silence as her hopes soared and then fell. Several members chose red, their disapproval clear. But to her surprise, a few green orbs flickered to life, illuminating the room. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, Chairman Gorath announced, The results are in. 6 votes in favor and 5 against. The proposal to investigate Earth and its humans has passed. Cheers erupted from the supporters, and Zara felt tears of joy welling up in her eyes. Drax slapped her on the back, a wide grin on his face. "You did it, Zara. This is just the beginning." The chairman continued, "We will send a delegation to Earth to study these humans further. It is essential that we gather more information before making any commitments." Zara could hardly contain her excitement. This was the moment she had dreamed of. They would have the chance to show the galaxy what humanity was capable of. However, she knew the work was far from over. After the meeting, Zara and Drax left the council chamber, their spirits high. "What's next?" Drax asked, still buzzing from the excitement. "We must prepare for the delegation," Zara replied. "We need to gather more information about human culture, technology, and their way of life. We can't rely solely on historical data." Drax nodded. "Let's start by contacting some humans who can help us understand them better. We need allies on Earth." The duo began devising a plan. They would reach out to Earth, seeking volunteers willing to share their knowledge and experiences. Zara felt a rush of determination. If they could find humans who were eager to connect with other species, they could create a bridge between their worlds. Days turned into weeks as Zara and Drax worked tirelessly to make preparations. They sent out messages through the galactic database, hoping to connect with scientists, historians, and leaders on Earth. They sought to find individuals who could articulate the strengths and challenges of humanity. Meanwhile, back on Earth, a young scientist named Emily received an unusual message. It had arrived in a format she had never seen before, containing strange symbols and words. Intrigued, she opened the message. It spoke of a galactic delegation interested in learning about humans. Emily was a brilliant researcher, passionate about exploring new ideas. The message intrigued her. She immediately shared it with her colleagues, who were equally fascinated. They began discussing the implications of such an encounter. Could they be the first humans to connect with aliens? What would this mean for their world? Meanwhile, Zara and Drax eagerly awaited a response. They had their hopes pinned on the humans. They believed that this collaboration could lead to a better understanding of humanity. Perhaps the time had come for humans to step into the galaxy as partners rather than outcasts. As the days passed, the anticipation grew. Zara could feel that their efforts were about to pay off. The stars twinkled above them, as if whispering secrets of hope and possibility. The journey was just beginning, and she was ready to embrace it with open arms. "You said, first impressions." The delegation ship hummed quietly as it traveled through the vastness of space. Zara sat by the observation window, watching the stars twinkle against the dark backdrop of the galaxy. Her heart raced with excitement and nervousness. They were about to make first contact with humanity. Drax, her companion, was busy reviewing the information they had gathered about Earth. "We have a lot to learn from them," he said, flipping through digital pages filled with data. "Their cultures, languages, and histories are incredibly diverse." Zara nodded, her mind racing with thoughts about how the meeting would unfold. She hoped that the humans would be as curious about them as they were about the humans. "We must make a good impression. It's essential for the future of our relationship." As the ship approached Earth, Zara and Drax prepared themselves for the meeting. They had carefully selected a group of representatives, including scientists, historians, and diplomats, to accompany them. Their goal was to establish a foundation for collaboration and understanding between their species. Finally, the blue and green planet of Earth came into view, and Zara's breath caught in her throat. It was beautiful, a vibrant world filled with life. The ship landed smoothly in a designated area outside a major city. As they disembarked, Zara could feel a mixture of excitement and apprehension in the air. A group of humans awaited them, led by Emily, the scientist who had received their initial message. She was a tall woman with bright eyes and an infectious smile. Zara felt a wave of relief wash over her as Emily approached with outstretched hands. "Welcome to Earth," Emily exclaimed. "We've been looking forward to this meeting." Zora grasped her hand, feeling warmth radiate from the human. "Thank you for having us. We are eager to learn more about your world." Drax greeted the other humans, who were equally enthusiastic. The group quickly formed a circle, each member eager to introduce themselves and share a bit about their backgrounds. As the introductions wrapped up, Emily led the delegation to a nearby conference center where they would hold their discussions. The room was filled with advanced technology that fascinated Zora. She marveled at the screens displaying images of Earth, showcasing its diverse cultures, landscapes, and people. Once everyone was seated, Emily stood at the front of the room, her voice steady and confident. "Today marks an important step in our history. We are here to learn from each other, to explore our differences, and to find common ground." Zora and Drax worked tirelessly to make preparations. They sent out messages through the galactic database, hoping to connect with scientists, historians, and leaders on Earth. They sought to find individuals who could articulate the strengths and challenges of humanity. Meanwhile, back on Earth, a young scientist named Emily received an unusual message. It had arrived in a format she had never seen before, containing strange symbols and words. Intrigued, she opened the message. It spoke of a galactic delegation interested in learning about humans. Emily was a brilliant researcher, passionate about exploring new ideas. The message intrigued her. She immediately shared it with her colleagues, who were equally fascinated. They began discussing the implications of such an encounter. Could they be the first humans to connect with aliens? What would this mean for their world? Meanwhile, Zara and Drax eagerly awaited a response. They had their hopes pinned on the humans. They believed that this collaboration could lead to a better understanding of humanity. Perhaps the time had come for humans to step into the galaxy as partners rather than outcasts. As the days passed, the anticipation grew. Zara could feel that their efforts were about to pay off. The stars twinkled above them, as if whispering secrets of hope and possibility. The journey was just beginning, and she was ready to embrace it with open arms. "You said, first impressions." The delegation ship hummed quietly as it traveled through the vastness of space. Zara sat by the observation window, watching the stars twinkle against the dark backdrop of the galaxy. Her heart raced with excitement and nervousness. They were about to make first contact with humanity. Drax, her companion, was busy reviewing the information they had gathered about Earth. "We have a lot to learn from them," he said, flipping through digital pages filled with data. "Their cultures, languages, and histories are incredibly diverse." Zara nodded, her mind racing with thoughts about how the meeting would unfold. She hoped that the humans would be as curious about them as they were about the humans. "We must make a good impression. It's essential for the future of our relationship." As the ship approached Earth, Zara and Drax prepared themselves for the meeting. They had carefully selected a group of representatives, including scientists, historians, and diplomats, to accompany them. Their goal was to establish a foundation for collaboration and understanding between their species. Finally, the blue and green planet of Earth came into view, and Zara's breath caught in her throat. It was beautiful, a vibrant world filled with life. The ship landed smoothly in a designated area outside a major city. As they disembarked, Zara could feel a mixture of excitement and apprehension in the air. A group of humans awaited them, led by Emily, the scientist who had received their initial message. She was a tall woman with bright eyes and an infectious smile. Zara felt a wave of relief wash over her as Emily approached with outstretched hands. "Welcome to Earth," Emily exclaimed. "We've been looking forward to this meeting." Zara grasped her hand, feeling warmth radiate from the human. "Thank you for having us. We are eager to learn more about your world." Drax greeted the other humans, who were equally enthusiastic. The group quickly formed a circle, each member eager to introduce themselves and share a bit about their backgrounds. As the introductions wrapped up, Emily led the delegation to a nearby conference center where they would hold their discussions. The room was filled with advanced technology that fascinated Zora. She marveled at the screens displaying images of Earth, showcasing its diverse cultures, landscapes, and people. Once everyone was seated, Emily stood at the front of the room, her voice steady and confident. Today marks an important step in our history. We are here to learn from each other, to explore our differences, and to find common ground. Zara felt a surge of hope. This was precisely what they had envisioned, an opportunity for mutual understanding. We, too, are excited to share our knowledge and experiences. Our worlds are different, but we can grow together, she added. The discussions began, flowing seamlessly from one topic to another. They covered everything from Earth's history and its challenges to the various cultures that thrived on the planet. The humans were eager to share stories of their achievements and struggles, showcasing their resilience and creativity. One human, a historian named Mark, shared a powerful story about humanity's journey toward peace. We faced wars and conflicts, but we've also made significant progress in learning to coexist. Our ability to adapt and learn from mistakes is what defines us, he said passionately. Zara listened intently, feeling a connection with their experiences. The struggles and triumphs of humanity resonated with her. It seems we are not so different after all. We have faced our own challenges in the galaxy, learning to navigate cooperation among diverse species. As the discussions continued, the atmosphere in the room shifted. Laughter erupted over shared anecdotes, and the initial tension melted away. Zara could sense the excitement growing. They were forging a bond that transcended worlds. However, not all were convinced. A few skeptics among the human representatives expressed their doubts. How can we trust that your intentions are pure? One man asked, crossing his arms. We've encountered alien species before, and not all of them came with friendly motives. Zora felt her heart sink. It was a valid concern, and she knew they had to address it. We understand your fears. Trust takes time, and we are here to build that trust together. We seek cooperation, not dominance. Our purpose is to learn and grow alongside you, not to impose. Drax chimed in. We believe that by sharing knowledge and experiences, we can foster a partnership that benefits both our species. Together, we can face challenges in the galaxy and beyond. Slowly, the skeptics began to soften. They were intrigued by the idea of collaboration rather than conflict. The discussions continued into the afternoon, and by the end of the day, Zara felt a sense of accomplishment. They had made significant strides toward understanding one another. As the sun began to set, painting the sky in hues of orange and purple, Zara and Drax stood outside, taking in the beauty of Earth. Emily joined them, her smile wide. I think today was a success. We've opened the door to something wonderful. Zara nodded, her heart swelling with hope. Yes, this is just the beginning. We have much more to explore together. Suddenly, a loud siren blared in the distance, interrupting their moment of reflection. Zara's heart raced as she turned to see a group of emergency vehicles racing down the street. Something was wrong, and her instincts kicked in. What's happening? She asked, concern etched on her face. Emily's expression shifted to worry. I don't know, but it looks serious. Let's find out. The trio rushed toward the commotion, their hearts pounding in unison. As they reached the crowd, they discovered that a massive storm was brewing, a rare occurrence in the area. People were scrambling for safety, and the atmosphere was tense. Zara turned to Emily and Drax, determination in her eyes. We need to help them. This is our chance to show our commitment to humanity. Without hesitation, they sprang into action. Zara and Drax used their knowledge of advanced technology to assist emergency crews, while Emily coordinated efforts with local authorities. Together, they worked tirelessly to help those in need. In the chaos, Zara realized that this was more than just a meeting. It was a moment of unity, a chance to demonstrate that, despite their differences, they could come together in times of crisis. The bond between their species grew stronger as they worked side by side. The storm eventually passed, and as the dust settled, Zara felt a sense of accomplishment wash over her. They had faced a challenge together and emerged stronger. Perhaps this was the beginning of a new era, a time when humanity and the Galactic Council would forge a lasting alliance. As they returned to the conference center, exhausted but filled with hope, Zara couldn't help but smile. They had taken the first step toward a brighter future, and she was ready for the journey ahead. The universe had much more in store for them, and together, they would navigate it all. The challenge ahead. The sun rose over the city, casting golden light across the skyline. Zara woke up with a renewed sense of purpose. The events of the previous day had forged an unexpected bond between her species and humanity. The storm had brought them together, but Zara knew that challenges lay ahead. As she prepared for the day's meetings, she reflected on the stories the humans had shared. Their resilience and ingenuity inspired her. The Galactic Council had much to learn from these beings. Today, they would discuss cooperation on multiple levels, including technology, culture, and defense. In the conference room, Drax was reviewing data on Earth's technological advancements. "We must explore ways to share our knowledge without overwhelming them," he said, adjusting his holographic display. "They have made great strides in their development, but there's potential for growth." Emily joined them, her expression serious. "We need to be transparent about our technology and its implications. Trust is built on honesty, and if we want a partnership, we must be clear about our capabilities and intentions." As the representatives from both sides filed into the room, Zara felt a mix of excitement and apprehension. Each of them carried the weight of their cultures, histories, and aspirations. She took her seat, ready to facilitate the discussions. "Thank you all for coming today," Emily began, her voice steady. "We've made progress, but we need to address the areas where our collaboration can thrive." Zora glanced at the agenda and nodded. "First, let's discuss technology transfer. We have advanced medical technologies that could greatly benefit humanity, especially in addressing diseases." Mark, the historian, leaned forward. "And we can offer insights into our environmental challenges. Climate change is a pressing issue on Earth. Perhaps we can work together to develop sustainable practices that can be applied both here and in your worlds." Zora's heart raced at the prospect of collaboration. They could learn so much from each other. That would be a remarkable start. Together, we could design solutions that respect both our worlds. Discussions flowed naturally as they explored various ideas. Hours passed as they exchanged ideas, each more ambitious than the last. They spoke about environmental protection, educational exchanges, and even cultural festivals to celebrate their differences. The atmosphere in the room became charged with enthusiasm. However, the mood shifted when one of the skeptical humans, a man named Aaron, raised his hand. "I appreciate all this talk about cooperation, but we cannot ignore the risks. What if you turn against us? What guarantees do we have?" Zara felt a knot tighten in her stomach. "We understand your concerns, Aaron. The Galactic Council has faced its own threats, and we strive for peace. Our intent is not to impose but to work together." Drax added, "We have faced enemies in the galaxy, and we know that trust must be earned. Let us work side by side to build that trust. We can face challenges together, rather than apart." The discussion paused as the humans contemplated the proposal. Zara could see their faces reflecting uncertainty. She realized that words alone would not suffice. They needed to demonstrate their commitment. "How about a joint exercise?" Zara suggested, her voice firm. "We can conduct a series of drills that showcase our capabilities and collaboration in real time. It will allow us to learn from one another and see how we operate under pressure." Emily's eyes brightened. That could work. A joint training exercise would provide a practical way to build trust and understanding. Aaron's expression softened slightly. "If we can see you in action, it might ease some of our fears, but it will take time to prepare. Can we schedule it for next month?" Zara nodded. "Absolutely. This will give us time to develop a comprehensive plan. Together, we can outline the objectives and ensure everyone is comfortable with the process. With the agreement in place, they shifted the discussion to planning the exercise. Excitement buzzed in the air as they brainstormed ideas. Zara could feel the walls of doubt beginning to crumble. This was a crucial step forward in their journey. As the meeting concluded, Zara took a moment to reflect. She felt hopeful that they were on the right path. However, challenges lay ahead. They had to prepare for the exercise and address the remaining skepticism among the humans. That night, Zara and Drax walked through the streets of the city, marveling at the lights and sounds of Earth. "This place is incredible," Zara said, her eyes shining. "The energy here is unlike anything I've felt before." Drax smiled. "Indeed, but we must remain focused. The exercise is not just a demonstration. It's a test of our partnership." The next day, they began preparations for the joint exercise. They worked closely with Emily and the other humans, discussing logistics, objectives, and safety protocols. Zara felt the tension of uncertainty easing with each meeting. The more they worked together, the more they understood each other's strengths and weaknesses. During one of the training sessions, they gathered in a large auditorium, where both species were represented. Zara stood before the crowd, ready to present their objectives. "Today, we will showcase our capabilities and build trust. Our goal is to demonstrate that we can work together for mutual benefit." She introduced various simulations, combining Earth's technology with their advanced systems. The humans watched in awe as holographic displays showcased scenarios, from emergency responses to defense strategies. As they progressed through the exercises, the camaraderie grew. They laughed, cheered, and encouraged each other. Zara could see the humans slowly warming up to their presence. The doubts that had once clouded their minds were beginning to lift. After a long day of training, Zara and Drax gathered with Emily and Aaron to discuss the day's progress. "I think we made significant strides," Emily said, her enthusiasm evident. The way everyone worked together was impressive. Aaron nodded, his expression more relaxed than before. "I must admit, I underestimated your capabilities. This partnership has potential." Zara felt a wave of relief wash over her. They were making progress, one step at a time. But as they celebrated their successes, Zara couldn't shake the feeling that their true test was yet to come. That night, as Zara lay in her quarters, she pondered the upcoming exercise. Would it truly solidify their bond? She knew they needed to face challenges together, but would the humans be ready for what lay ahead? With determination in her heart, Zara closed her eyes, ready to embrace whatever awaited them. The journey had only just begun, and she was prepared to face it with courage and hope. Together, they would overcome any obstacle that dared to stand in their way. Joint exercise. The sun rose early on the day of the joint exercise, casting a warm glow over the training grounds. Zara felt a mix of excitement and anxiety as she prepared to demonstrate the alliance between her people and humanity. This exercise was crucial. It would either strengthen their bond or expose the gaps in their partnership. As Zara and Drax arrived at the training site, they were greeted by a flurry of activity. Humans and aliens alike were setting up equipment, running through drills, and discussing strategies. The atmosphere buzzed with energy, and Zara could sense the anticipation in the air. Today, they would showcase their strengths together. Emily approached them with a confident smile. "We've done our best to prepare, and everyone seems eager to learn. I think this is going to be a great day." Zara nodded, feeling reassured by Emily's optimism. "Let's focus on teamwork. Our goal is to learn from each other and build trust." They gathered everyone in a large outdoor arena, where the exercises would take place. Humans and aliens stood side by side, ready to engage in the challenges ahead. Zara took a deep breath and addressed the crowd. "Welcome, everyone. Today, we will demonstrate our capabilities and showcase how we can work together. Let's remember that cooperation is the key to our success." The first exercise involved a simulated emergency response scenario. A holographic display depicted a city under attack from a fictional threat. Zara watched as the humans divided into teams, their training kicking in as they strategized. They were determined to put their best foot forward, and Zara felt a surge of pride. As the simulation began, the humans and aliens sprang into action. They coordinated their efforts, with the aliens using their advanced technology to create barriers while the humans worked on medical responses and evacuation procedures. Zara observed the synergy between the two groups and felt hope blossoming within her. The exercise progressed smoothly, showcasing their abilities to adapt and support one another. Humans demonstrated quick thinking under pressure, while the aliens showcased their advanced tools. Together, they created solutions that neither species could have achieved alone. As they transitioned to the next scenario, Zara felt a growing bond between the participants. The tension that had once filled the air began to dissipate, replaced by camaraderie. She couldn't help but smile as she watched Drax and Emily exchanging ideas, their laughter echoing across the field. However, the next exercise posed a different challenge. It involved a simulated battle against a common enemy. This time, the stakes were higher, and Zara could feel the intensity in the air. As the simulation began, both sides had to strategize quickly to overcome the obstacles they faced. Zara called out commands, encouraging her team to adapt to the changing circumstances. "We need to cover each other's weaknesses. Let's use our strengths together." The humans responded with determination, quickly adjusting their tactics. They coordinated their movements, forming a unified front. Zara watched as they operated like a well-oiled machine, their fears fading away as they embraced their new partnership. Yet, amid the excitement, there were still lingering doubts among the humans. During a particularly challenging moment in the exercise, one human soldier hesitated. "What if this doesn't work? What if we fail?" Zara noticed the uncertainty spreading through the ranks. "We must remember that failure is a part of growth. If we stumble, we learn, and we rise stronger together. Trust in each other."